Hey everybody, I'm TecToss and welcome to the start of a new series of Let's Play Endless Legend. We are playing as the Drakken now. I've been wanting to do that quite some time. For those of you who follow my comments or the series on the channel, probably saw that coming from a mile away. The Drakkens are the last in the line of races that I really wanted to play and make a series about, and yeah, finally getting around to play with them. Now, the Drakken are supposed to be the diplomats of this game, but you know, there's two ways to conduct diplomacy. One is the Gandhi way, and the other one is the Godfather way of diplomacy. And I think the Drakken tend to be more the later ones, because they can force treaties on other races. So you can force a truce or peace or whatever, and that will basically allow me to pick my fights. And if that isn't the essence of "let me make you an offer that you can't refuse," then I don't know. For me, they are the godfathers of of Endless Legend. And yeah, we're gonna make use of that because, like I said, it allows you to pick your fights. And man, can the Drakken fight. They got high hit point and most of all, high damage units. So these Weirns are basically a better version of the Necrophages Necrodrones. They got more HP, they also got the sweep strike back, and I think they even do more damage. Do they? Yeah, 2 points more. It's not much, but it's a little more. And the Drakken got fantastic combat heroes. I think they give the most bonuses overall towards the armies. Like, they get an HP bonus, an attack bonus, a defense bonus, and I'm not sure what else, but they basically, and they can heal, and they got very good stats, so they are the best, I would say the best army leaders, if you're not fighting with the ranged armies. For that, the Voltors are probably the best. The only weak point that the Drakken have in their armies is they don't have very good ranged units. So that's gonna be something we have to work on. Maybe get a minor faction to fill that void, because as far as blockers go, you can't go wrong with the Drakkenlings. They're kind of cheap, and they're just basically worth every penny you pay for them. Got high HP, do decent damage, they move pretty fast, they have fast learners, as all of the Drakken units are. And for damage you got the Weirns, but you need some range, because once you got 8 units in your army, you're gonna run out of frontage line where you can attack. So they also got what's called Endless Exvacation, and that's, well, not that great. You basically get a little bonus of 2 science and 2 influence on terrain with the ruins, but ruins, wait for it, ruins ruin your settling spots because you can't build on them. That's a smart wordplay if I ever saw one. Well, outside of that, they can get the Empire plans earlier, which you need the influence for, so that's not that helpful. And what's helpful though is they see all the other empires and have diplomatic contact with them the second you start the game. They also start with Language Square and Empire Mint, which is kind of nice because that allows you to get quests for pacification right out the door. So you can just run around and collect quests with the Drakken. So we're gonna select those guys, and as our opponents, I thought I'll pick a strong selection because there's a couple of races the AI doesn't play that well, and that's the Rowing clans. Probably they tend to become pretty large, but they're not doing anything with their power, and their army collection is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. The cultists, they tend to botch that completely. They do play rather strong as the Ardent Mages and as the the Voltors, the Wild Walkers, and the Drakken. Well, we took the Drakken spot, so that's out of the question. We played against the Voltors last time, so I think I want to vary it a little bit. And want to play against the Broken Lords. We played as them in the last series, and want to play against the Necrophages and the Ardent Mages. And again, the reason for me picking those guys is that if you put them on random, you're probably going to end up with 4 Drakkens. So it's, I don't like that. I want to have diversity, I want to have different enemies. So you gotta pick the races yourself. As for the world map, again, I increased the land percentage to 80%. Maybe we'll get some connected landmass out of that. Because last playthroughs, I think the last 3 series, we got the island type of map. So I want to vary it a little bit. Put that up. Random number of continents. Island odds, don't want those. And we'll see how that goes. As usual, small map, because I want to get through all the races before I actually start the long games. And difficulty impossible. Game speed normal. And now you just gotta make sure to set that speed scale factor to fast, so your armies move fast enough. And that's basically it. So why don't we let her rip and load up the game. Did I mention that I love the art style of Endless Legend? I think I did on a couple of occasions, but just look at that. Love it. These Drakenlings look like statues, and they're certainly as hard to kill as statues are. So anyway, I'm gonna shut up now and let you enjoy the little intro, because I never heard that from myself. So here we go.
We have always been here. The Whispering Galleries have always held the memories of our people. Then they came, and they lifted us up. But they fought, and they fell. Our world was swept by cataclysm, and we were left alone. Still, we persevere, protect, and maintain, as we always have. We may lack their sight and their knowledge, but we can still read the omens. Another cataclysm is coming, and it is we, the Drakken, who must save the world of Horriga.
Makes sense to me, right? And to save a world, well, you gotta own it first. So that's gonna be our quest. Take the world of Horriga into our own hands and make it safe for everybody. Now, we did meet all the... There we go. Did meet all the other factions. And let's actually zoom out. Now we got the Walters down here. We got the Broken Lords down here. What's your capital look like? Ooh, they're gonna have... Well, it's not too bad. They got one anomaly there, but it's not great either. How about you, Walters? Yep, that's looking a little better. Well, at least from my perspective. They got a lot of industry around, so that's good, but... Why didn't you settle here? Huh? It's a lot better. I don't know. And the necrophages didn't yet settle. Yeah. They do have a lot of food around them, which is rather dangerous, I might say, because usually the necrophages get a little slower start, but... Oh well. And what's our manufacturing? Oh, these silics. Well, isn't that nice? It's not that nice, actually, because we can't really make use of their troops. Like, we really don't need the Harmonites as the Draken. Anyway, let's scout around a little bit, because I can't really see a location to put my first settler down. So, maybe we can find one. What's that? Ah, that's looking a lot better. Now we're getting somewhere. I think that... Ah, game, you mother sucker. You're gonna make me walk there. Yeah, it's gonna make me walk there. Well, let's look around if we can't find another... But, yeah, it's probably... There's not much that beats the life tree, actually. In terms of bonuses. Why you not move? There you go. The grassland here is pretty interesting as well, but the terrain around it's not that great. Well, actually, we got the escaped specimen. Well, here would be a nice spot. Can we reach that? No, of course we can't. Of course we cannot. So I guess we'll have to wait one turn before settling. But I'm just... This spot here is gonna be worthwhile the wait. We're gonna get 10 happiness out of it. We're gonna get 14 production to start with. So I think, yeah, there's not much of a discussion actually. We're just gonna. The problem being we won't have that much science output, but I can't really. What's that sound? Can't really see a better spot to. Starting region isn't that great overall, so, and we do need that extra happiness. So let's try and get. Oh man. Okay. Try and get over there, and we do need to pick a research, even though we probably won't make any progress yet because we're not producing any science output. Now, usually I advocate for the mill foundry, the seed storage, and then the public library. Like that's the best overall starting option. For the Drakken though, it's probably still the best starting option. What I liked, well, the mill foundry is out of question. I do need Industriy ASAP. I do need to start producing settlers and grow my empire ASAP. Now as the Drakken, I want to probably expand rather early on. So it's probably like this, and I get the search party as well, because we're gonna get a lot of these ruins, and I'm not gonna focus on science for the early game just as much. I still want to get my industry and my food output going right away, but I also want the bonuses that we can get with the search party. So yeah, let's focus on that. Actually, let's do it like that, because after the mill foundry I'll probably build a settler right away. Now I've been thinking about the early game for quite a while now, and actually watched a couple of different videos. And I've seen that you can get a settler out far earlier than I usually do. And for me, it kind of makes sense, following the same logic that we do follow when getting, well, that's going to be obviously a fourth tech there. The earlier you get your second city, the more you can make use of their fidzy tiles. Like, I know I worded that pretty badly, but it's basically the same concept as getting the mill foundry very early. And that is, well, let me first get together my Founders Memorial. Doesn't really change anything if I move that guy here. Does help with that though. 9 turns for the mill foundry. Well, that kind of settles it. I'm gonna have that in 4 turns and then go for a settler right away. And we're gonna get like a new population in 1 turn anyway, so that is kind of great. Now let's scout around a little more and actually collect some. Can we already reach one of the villages? We kind of can. What are you doing there, buddy? Not really. Bring back 10 glass steel. Well, if we would have glass steel in the region, I might do that. Good, we picked all the techs. Let us end that turn. Now, the reason being 10 moonleaf. Wow, really? That is so helpful. Thank you. Not helpful at all, by the way. The boss. Cool. 10 dye. Okay, we also don't have any access to dye. Let's see. Now I'm gonna scout over here just a little bit. Ah, there's dye. Well, that is nice. Am I gonna be able to finish my sentence ever? Like, 1 turn for new population. The idea being that if you get your second city early, you're gonna get the fitzy output from them earlier, obviously, and that will allow for, you know, consecutive more fitzy output that you can use for your industry and for your armies and all that. So Ah, God, I get distracted. Sorry for that. Do I want to have you on population? No. 2 turns. That looks good to me. Go over here. Ah, there we go. Okay, we also got some glass steel sitting there. And I'm gonna search 1 ruin, 10 die. What do you know? Can complete the quest here. That is nice. Yeah, I probably should just stop trying to explain it. I just lack the English skills. But basically, the more industry you're gonna get earlier, the more industry you're gonna be able to produce overall, and with the more industry you produce, you're gonna produce more industry and so on. So it's gonna snowball, basically. So you wanna get your first settlement ASAP. 10 gold, 10 Titan bones. That is probably not going to happen. Just saying. That is very unlikely. I'm gonna move you guys over here. Move the hero down there. And then I'm actually going to switch the hero to reap the benefits of completing this quest. And there we go. Gift 10 die to the new public market of the boss. And now all boss villages have now been pacified in Seawar. What is all? How many do we have here? Looks like only 1. Might be wrong about that though. And this here actually looks like a great first settlement. Not only will we get the boss, but we'll also get some much needed science output going. Much needed indeed. And up here we get a temple ruin in our path. There's another one down there. So we might line down here, like 2 dies. It's not too bad either. We're gonna get influence. So that actually looks pretty good for first expansion. At least to me. How we're doing? Okay. So far so good. And that turn, and now we should be able to get the Mill Foundry. There we go. And after the Mill Foundry, obviously we're gonna get, as promised, the Settler going. Wanna have that guy. 2 turns. 7 turns for the search party. Yeah, won't change anything if I only. Well, could we actually? That won't help either. That will help, but that's fine like that. I'm gonna wait for the search party to clear all the ruins. Just go scouting here and see what's lying around me. Scout a little bit over here. Oh, come on, why is that such a big region? Ah, so that we got 2 villages in here. That's pretty nice. Oh, what's that? Even an anomaly. Do you provide happiness? Of course you don't. Oh man, that's gonna be hard to find a nice spot to settle on. But if we can keep those die boosters running, we should be able to keep our empire happy overall. We'll see how that goes. You guys moving there, you guys moving over here. We're already falling behind in points like usual, but do those suckers already have a second region? I think we're bordering with the necrophages of all of all the races. That is not too great actually. We can now also check out this status screen. Well, isn't that nice? Population, everybody's at 2. Why is everybody at 2? Why can't I see my population? That's weird. Huh. That is quite weird, actually. Food. Well, never mind that. We're done for the turn, it looks like. Could buy that out. No. No. Not just yet. Ah, we got a nice second region to colonize. Well, not that great, but not bad either. There's one anomaly, there's a second. We do need some anomalies that provide happiness, though. We really need that. Because on the higher difficulty levels, you get a hefty modification. Well, actually, if we settle here, that could be quite lucrative. And make a line up here. We're gonna get a lot of production out of this, and we're gonna get this ruin and this ruin into our influence radius. That looks pretty good to me. This here is also not a bad spot. Might even be better. So we got already 2 regions that are looking good to colonize. Yeah, pretty nice. And we're bordering with the... Let's just scout over here. Hopefully there's some water in between, but doesn't really look like it. We are sharing a border with the necrophages. Isn't that great? I think it is. Well, that... 3 turns for that. Alrighty, that should do it for the first episode. If you enjoyed it, please click that like button and make some comments as to how you think we should progress, how you think we should interact with those necrophages. We could... I think we can force truth even on the... truce, I mean. Even on the necrophages, so they should get into war with the Ardent Mages pretty soon, and that will just be perfect for us. Because the Broken Lords seem to be... Oh, well, not sure, but there seems to be some water in between the Broken Lords and us. So they can do their thing over here, we're gonna do our thing over here. And those two can smack heads until I actually can backstab them properly. That's gonna be the plan for now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, keep in mind this is the first episode of the series, so it needs some special loving, but I'm pretty certain you guys are gonna do that anyway. You've been great about it so far with all the other series, so I'll trust in that just blindly. Anyway, you guys enjoy your day, have a great one, and see you around for the next episode. Until then, goodbye.